Which brings us to the next point, the GPS. And what might seem to be one of the most important points to discuss in this video is, in my opinion, one of the most trivial. Because in general, it works very well no matter what watch you use. Almost. What is really important is to verify that the watch you use records your geolocation every single second. Very important, because if it doesn't, you will end up with a GPS track that looks like this. In this example, my position was probably recorded approximately every 30 seconds or maybe even after a minute. As you can see, it seems that I traveled in straight line and deviated a few degrees regularly. So not only it looks stupid on the map, but the distance traveled is distorted because as all the curves of the trail are not recorded, you can very quickly notice a difference with the distance actually traveled, and this generally downwards. Also, as the real-time speed broadcast on your watch is based on your actual geolocation and the previous point recorded, that is to say that if 1 second ago you were 2.5 meters to the west, you travel at a speed of 9 kilometers per hour. So if your watch checks your geolocation every 30 seconds, well, your actual speed, you can forget about it. Almost all watches check your geolocation every second, but beware, some watches don't do it by default. And now, about GPS, GLONASS, and Galileo, in my experience, it's not very important. I'll quickly explain how GPS system works in case you don't know. And be careful, I'm not an engineer either, so I might do some little mistakes in what I explain. There are plenty of satellites in the sky. All satellites and all objects that connect to them, such as your watch, operate under an ultra-precise synchronized clock. Let's say in nanoseconds. The satellites sync with each other and your watch syncs from time to time by connecting to your phone or computer. Well, the satellites, which are hovering at a very precise location, about 20,000 kilometers high in the sky, are just sending this ultra-precise time to Earth. And although ultra-fast the signal can be, there is a very slight delay caused by the distance between the moment the time is sent and the moment it reached the Earth. When your watch picks up the time from the satellite, it simply calculates the difference between the time it received and its internal clock to calculate the distance between itself and the satellite. But as your watch receives the signal from several satellites, it is then able to create a triangulation to know its exact position on Earth. Okay, now you know how it works, you have to know that there is 3 satellite positioning systems. The oldest, GPS, for Global Positioning System, belonging to the United States. Then GLONASS, a Russian equivalent, launched few years later, and finally Galileo, another equivalent from the European Union. And they all roughly work the same way. But now, back to the watch. All the watches should be able to connect to GPS. But some of them will also have the option to connect to GLONASS and or Galileo. The watches released few years back that had the ability to connect to those 3 systems was only able to connect to one of them at a time. But we see more and more new watches releasing with the option of dual frequency. This means they can connect on 2 systems at the same time. And technically, that's a good thing. The more satellite your watch can connect to, the more precise, reliable, stable your geolocation will be. And then you can read anything you want on the internet. You will see that one works better in the city, the other one works better in mountain, the other one works better in that part of the world. This one is more precise, this one is more this one is more that, and blah, 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 blah. This is surely all true. But unless you're a surveyor, we don't really care about all that. In my experience, I connect my watch only to GPS because it consumes less battery and it works very, very well. Look, here I was under a huge bridge in Montreal downtown and I moved from the street to the sidewalk and you can see it very well. I was only in GPS mode in a big city under a huge concrete block. Really, I have experienced very few GPS anomalies on my tracks. Of course, any watch can record a slightly geolocation error, but for real, it's a technology that works very, very well even with an entry-level watch. All that to say that don't look at all the stats of the GPS system of the watch you want to buy, it will work great anyway. But yeah, if most of the activity you record are in a terrible GPS reception area, such as Manhattan downtown or on a cliff because you do a lot of climbing, dual frequency is surely a good idea. This video was an extract of the most complete sport watch purchase guide on YouTube. If you want to see the full video, you can click just right here, and if you want to see the other extracts, you can click just right there. Otherwise, if you're ready to buy your own watch, you can follow my link in the description. And now would be the time to click somewhere, like right now.